Hi, I'm Rachel Doris, the design director of the Pollack studio. I want to show you the story of two fabrics that we created. One thing we pride ourselves on is that not only are we textile artists, we are weavers. We understand the construction of a fabric. So I want to show you how it all happens. This first artwork was created in our studio just using a dry paintbrush to try to get this beautiful feathered edge of this very simple geometry, but with a lot of brushwork and variation in the artwork. When we created this artwork, we did it knowing how we wanted to weave the fabric. We used the computer as a tool, scanning in our artwork to create this CAD that was sent to the mill, emailed to the mill with the technical instructions of what yarns to use and how to construct the fabric. From there, we wove the blanket, and the blanket is where we weave multiple colors. It's basically a giant plaid that we then cut up to see all the possible colorways. So I've laid out some of the blanket samples that we developed, and from there, we edited the color line down to these 6 colors here. This fabric is called sumi. You can see in the woven construction, we really retained and were able to achieve that beautiful feathered painted edge of the 2 cotton yarns twisting to create this color. And here is the color line of sumi. That's S-U-M-I, like sumi ink, not sumi. So sometimes designs can come from very unexpected places, just from being creative. This is artwork that one of my designers was working on, and you can see in the negative space there is this grid where she taped off with very fine strips of masking tape before she painted the texture. So I want you to focus on the negative space grid here. So she created this cool texture, but then when she ripped the pieces of tape off, rather than throwing them in the trash, she taped them down to a piece of paper, so you can see the strips right here. What is so beautiful is the unexpected organic texture that's created from these strips of tape that should have just gone into the garbage. What she did is she scanned it into the computer, again using the computer as a tool to create the all-over repeat here. And then that created our most amazing fabric called Magic Hour. So when you look at this, it looks like light coming through trees, this beautiful organic texture, or reflections on water with the lustrous yarn on top of the chenille. But it was created from such an unexpected place. This is the color line of Magic Hour, very neutral, very sophisticated, high-end, residential. Again, I want to show you part of the process here. We wove a blanket to achieve these colors. I have an actual example of a blanket. So the warp, the vertical yarns, are striped on the loom, and then the weft is striped. So you can see we've used a yellow weft here, a beige weft here, and you get all of these different color combinations. This is not a pretty piece of fabric. It all comes from the editing. You can see on the side here, I have examples of other colorways that we did not choose, but just to show the range of color that we develop before we come to the final color line that I believe is so beautiful in Magic Hour.